Alright, good day. This is from Crypto Warlord, and today we'll be looking at XRP from Sunnyside, Zambia. This is our 6-hour distribution cone. We'll then be monitoring for our 21-day, 14-day, 7-day, 3-day, and 5-day close. So we're going to see how those guys close up, and then from there, we're going to see if it can either rip to the upside or pump to the downside through negative or positive drift, whilst the midterm time frames are matching up with the higher term time frames. We know that there will be a lot of signal processing in the lower term time frames. Anything below 6, we can see it's going to be a lot of choppy. But before that, we have our 6-hour cone. Okay, and our 6-hour cone has been delivering as need be. Yesterday's points for failure, if we were to look for more continuation to the downside on the weekend, I pretty much targeted out. It was a little higher. It would have been about 32.28. Okay, but currently what we're wanting to do is mean revert back to 34.81, at least within 6-hour distribution cone, and our top side to say that we've broken through this current channel, range, whatever you want to call it, wedge. This part, once we've broken through this part of the Laplace distribution, we can see continuation. Okay, I'm looking for the upside currently, how my readings are saying today, so that could back it up for the 21-day. Let's see how well this runs through. Okay, so that's a 6-hour topside target for continuation to print above, and look for continuation out of here for, let's say, 2-3 months, I would suggest, or until the next 6-hour flashes come again. So that target is 3376 to break this range, bull dev off of here, and then we're going to move up. Okay, so right now we're going to start off with our 21-day. We're just going to have a little bit of a volatility check to see how all in sundry is doing. So we have mean reversion, we've hit our outlier, we've done with our flashes. Our returns are actually starting to go positive over here. Have we got any flashes yet? Yeah, we've got some serious flashes on our AVR. So this is telling me that volatility has zeroed out. As you can see, when these events happen, this is to me, this data tells me that my thin tail and my fat tail, there's no data. So the law of small numbers and the law of large numbers applies. Okay, so that's what that tells me there. Same thing here, they doubled up. Same thing here, they doubled up. And same thing here, they doubled up. So when they double up, as you can see, there is quite a bit of range to be made. And at that current market, that's 66% to the downside. Let me get rid of all these old targets here. Delete, remove drawings. So that was 66% to the downside, just off of 2 blue flashes. So you could either just guess up or down from here, and you could make some seriously good money if you're on the right side of it. So in the same sense, we have that happening here today. We can see that our 21-day is mean reverting to the upside, so returns are 0, and we have a flash in volatility that is 0. Okay, through those 2 little blue flashes over here. So that tells me volatility is based. We're ready to expand. We're looking for direction. Let's get hunting. So I'm currently 52% bullish, considering how well this 21 days actually hasn't been mean reverted to the downside. Okay, so 14-day. 14-day was actually pretty good, considering we were monitoring the JMA pullback over there, and it nailed it to the T, but it lost its steam trying to break through. Okay, so we're coming into trend on the 14-day. Downside returns are decaying. We do have a bit more decay through our Shannon Entropy. Okay, so 14 days is going to be my super observant one that I need to make sure is wanting to match up with all the other data, because then I know Confluence can happen across all the higher term time frames. We have contraction significantly negatively correlated. What that tells me is we're going to float up on which time frame? The 7-day. So 7 days is going to print today. If this sort of happens, whatever wick, whatever downside pressure comes in from here will naturally be bought up by bots and algos through positive drift. So you could expect, let's say, a big wick if you want to expect a big wick, but it will be lifted up again just because of the laws of volatility. Okay, so the laws of volatility dictate that there could be a dump in, and it's safe to grab that dump, considering the bots and algos will be behind you. So this is expansion to the downside. This is what we're currently experiencing right now, and we're stuck in the trend. So our 5 days telling us we're starting to get trendy, at least to the downside here. Mean reversion, we have it printing a new one in 15 hours time. What happens here though is if this column prints green, then it adds up with the previous time frame we were looking at, and that's 7 days. Going to add the positive drift you're looking for the hunt to the upside. Okay, so 3-day, have a poppy look here on the 3-day. 3-day is also looking a bit confused. Contraction negatively correlated. That's just giving us floats up, so that's matching. That can help support the 5-day, denying its mean reversion. Okay, let's just go have a look at the 2-day. I hear some guys passing around the 2-day every now and again. Contraction, significantly positively correlated. That's our drag to the downside. Returns are waiting to mean revert. So 31 of August roundabout, you could wait for your 2-day. We'll drop it onto 24-hour. And then we're going to put on 6-hour cones. Already set those up. Expansion to the downside. Right now we're looking for a new trend, considering we've broken out of our trend, but we're still significantly positively correlated, right? So something is going on in the market here. As you can see, we have a doji. If we set this doji, the next print will naturally print itself into an outlier event to the upside. So 12-hour contraction. 12 hours a little bit confused, but its general natural flow is going to be to contract whilst this is negatively correlated. That's going to add us floats up. Now it's going to start to get super interesting, because yesterday our midterm time frames were bearish. Today our midterm time frames were bullish, and they're sort of matching up with the high term time frames. So we've got to look for maybe a run out of this section or something like that. Okay, so 6 hours mean reverting to the upside. We're looking for some expansion of volatility. We're currently in the positively correlated phase, so the next best alternative for volatility is to expand, and that will naturally pump that first candle, or the first half of that candle, up. Okay, and that will help with our super scalper mean reverting to break through this range. As you can see, we have our flashes over here pulling up again. So we have a few law of small numbers, law of large numbers, and the top of my bell curve has told me that there's no data, so I'm either weighted to the left or weighted to the right through like an M looking bell curve. Okay, so through that I know what kind of data I'm looking at. 6 hours mean reverting, that's fine. We're looking for some expansion on the 6 hour, so let's see what's going to support the 6 hour over here. Okay, so we have some expansion coming through on the 3 hour in a random point right now. So what this tells me is the pump that comes off of here might actually get scalped initially. It might be a lot of volatility that lifts us up, like 1 or 2 big candles, but it's gonna get scalped. It doesn't have the legs necessarily to stay, because Pearson correlation is already in significant positive correlation, right? And then this one's only just started its expand phase. So the Pearson correlation phase is going to be over way sooner than the expansion phase. Okay, so that's what we'll monitor on the 3 hour, but it does look good. So a 90-minute, pretty much why I started the stream at this level. 90 minutes looking good. So now I'm going to throw up our VRE levels, as you can see here on the right. And this is generally how it is, right? I am bullish or bearish. Let me throw that on. PB off. I am bullish or bearish if the 90-minute candle. Okay, so as we can see here, this 90-minute candle has got some bullish div on it, right? The general idea being is it will be a lot stronger for this candle to close above this red line, and then through this bullish div push through this daily VRE mean. Okay, right now what's happening is it's setting a bullish div below this VRE mean. So in the next print, when it does come up to touch this VRE line, it's going to get scalped, and it's going to make it a lot easier to turn it around. So you sort of want this candle to close just above here, 3352, in the next 20 minutes. And if that can happen, you will see a little bit more continuation to the upside. I think we have some weekly targets thrown up here. Contraction, expansion in volatility, whilst Pearson correlation is negative, so that's telling us we're going to have a little bit of a dump. Shannon Entropy is my goal over here, so that's a 45-minute. You see what I mean? So in order to make sure that Shannon Entropy doesn't win, you need to lift it above that red line. Okay, there we go. This one's still a bit confused, our 45-minute, which is perfectly fine, because our 90 minutes looking a bit confused. Outlier event makes sense over here. So maybe a little bit of a pullback to the downside for 4 or 5 hours. Let's go put up our 30-minute, and then we'll go put up our 6-hour cones. 6-hour cones, 30 minutes, mean reverting down, expansion significantly negatively correlated. Sort of looks like this is the inverse move of the 3-hour that we're looking at, right? It's sort of blown through its power here, okay, because it's still in significantly negatively correlated phase and it's random. So there's a lot of signal processing to happen in the market today. 15-minute mean reverting to the downside, happy days contraction. Okay, so let's go look up some levels for price to play with. Nothing in the region here. Okay, we're gonna have to put on a reverse wave trend and catch some good old levels here. Why this one takes so long to load, I don't know if it's my internet. Come on, reverse wave trend. Okay, below UMP there's our reverse wave trend. Cool, so this will be the range that we'll be looking to break through. So I say if you start printing 6-hour candles below like this region over here, you'll look for more continuation to the downside. You'll be saved by the higher term time frame reverse wave trend. Vice versa, you're looking for 33550 6-hour candles to print above there, which would help that 45-minute and 90-minute that we saw mean revert. Those are areas where we'll break out of this. I think we might get a bullish div somewhere in here, and then look for continuation into this VRE mean over here. So let's see if I can draw something like that, and then that's where we will decide what is happening. Okay, so you guys got that. I hope you have a good day further, and if you're enjoying this content and you find that it's helpful, have a look at the 6-hour distribution cone, and please do smash the like and subscribe button with your face, as I would really appreciate that. I hope you guys have a beautiful day further, and these are distribution cones. We break above this range, 3375, continuation to the upside. We break through this range, 3327, continuation to the downside. As you can see, we're pretty much in between these distribution levels. And then another sneaky little secret, but I will do this in my own time, is we have 4-hour flashes today that have just started. Okay, so I'd be targeting this candle to this candle, but more than likely any one of these three, but I just want to see how green this data prints, and then I'll throw up a distribution cone. And then we'll have more like intraday levels on our probability because it'll be tight. So I hope you have a good day further. Any VRE levels out here that we can immediately fail to so that would be your first failure point, 3271, but this is what we're pushing for. As I said yesterday, I was looking for us to break through this daily mean as their magnets. Now we have 2 magnets to the upside, so it starts to get very stupid for it not to try and mean revert through at least the daily, because the weekly is above here and the monthly is up here. Have a good day further. Ciao, Bella.